viewers, I'm Tom Morrison. Welcome to another edition of MTI TV. When it comes to the energy markets, the big talk about America's energy independence has changed our views on energy resources. Word has it that by 2020, the U.S. will have more supply than demand, leaving the opportunity for suppliers to sell that excess outside the United States. So the question is how does that affect our long-term energy prices? Today we have with us MTI's official energy partner, Tom Ihrig from Legacy Energy Group, to help provide some insight into the natural gas markets and energy markets. Tom, welcome to MTI TV.
Tom, it's great to be here.
Tom, I know you just returned from a big energy conference recently in Washington, D.C. What was the takeaways of that conference?
One of the big takeaways from the conference, Tom, was that the Shale Revolution is really impacting natural gas prices going forward. And with the Marcellus production being up substantially year over year, we're seeing a lot of changes in natural gas pricing, both on the basis side and on the transportation side.
We've been hearing a lot about the Shale Revolution. Share with us what is meant by the Shale Revolution.
What that means is, in the past, most of the natural gas was coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, and you had strong basis prices going up into the Midwest and the Northeast markets. And because now shale being the Marcellus Shale in the Pennsylvania, New York area, Hyattsville Shale down in the Oklahoma area, and in North Dakota, the Balkan Shale, and there's many other shale formations throughout North America. They're actually bringing a lot of the natural gas that's coming into the market is now coming on to the lower 48 states. And this has changed the dynamics from the delivery of natural gas, and the infrastructure is substantially changing, which is changing the basis portion of the transportation supply chain.
So for the heat treater supplier watching this right now, what does all this mean for them relating to their energy strategy and their buying habits?
There's two things that the buyers should be looking at right now, both from a natural gas perspective and from the electric perspective. From the natural gas perspective, there's been a substantial change in the basis, which is basically the transportation portion of your natural gas supply bill. And the basis has changed because no longer is there pressure to bring the gas up from the Gulf of Mexico to the Midwest markets. The Marcellus Shale has put substantial pressure on the Midwest markets as far as depressing that basis number. A great example of that is the Dominion market, which happens to be the northeastern corner of Ohio. The basis is almost down to zero, if not have net negative. So the basis market is something that needs to be reviewed, and the best way to review that is to put out a competitive bid, RFP, with your natural gas supplier. And what we do here at Legacy Energy is we provide 3 or 4 qualified suppliers, and then manage that RFP process for you. On the electric side, the coal conversion or the coal retirements to natural gas generation, electric generation, is something that's substantially changing right now due to the EPA requirements, and that is bringing a lot of demand onto the system that is sucking up a lot of the natural gas from these shale formations. And Tom, what that concerns me with as far as electric pricing is concerned is that if the energy policy is to shift our electric generation resources from coal-fired to natural gas-fired electric generation, what that does is, because there's been historically volatility in natural gas prices and not as much volatility in coal prices, which may or may not be directly attributed to the Wall Street's handle or quote, control of natural gas prices on the NYMEX, I do see the potential of volatility of electricity prices going forward during times of great need or great demand. So from that perspective, I would highly recommend that more the MTI members consider a risk management strategy going forward for electricity purchasing and protect some of the pricing for your electricity pricing going forward.
Tom, it's through the hard work and knowledge of our industry support partners like you that members are able to put focus where it needs to be on their customer. Thanks for being with us today on MTI TV.
Thomas, glad to be here. If I can be any of help, just please give me a call.
Members, the global economy and demand is changing how energy strategies look in the future. You need to make sure you have the right information to make the best energy buying decisions. Make sure to be talking consistently with your energy provider. If you don't have one, contact us at the MTI office and we will connect you with Tom Ihrig and his team of energy professionals. With our team of industry support partners, you're not just strong, you're MTI strong. I'm Tom Morrison. See you next time on MTI TV.